oh, it tastes just like a Big Mac. You know how great that is for McDonald's? Or this tastes just like a Whopper.
Yep.
Right? Everyone has a version of it, but if you have a dish that is so people are coming to your restaurant because it's known, maybe should consider keeping a name for that.
All right. So on contracts and licensing, what are the most common mistakes that chefs are making when signing contracts with, whether it be restaurant owners, producers, media companies? What are you seeing?
Yeah, so those contracts vary in all. They've got all sorts of terms in them. Some of the most important things is understanding who owns the IP,
Mm-hmm.
right? So a lot of times in these contracts, you're hiring a chef. Business is hiring a chef, and the business wants to own the work product that's created by that chef, right? But there's a lot of nuance in the language, right? So what exactly is being created for the restaurant? Um, we have chefs that we represent that make certain dishes where, if they work for a business and the business is going to own it, they understand that going in. They're not giving, grandma's meatball recipe to,
Yeah.
to a show that they're going on, for example, or a restaurant that they're working for. They're going to create some version of it that they're okay with that restaurant or that show owning. So, really understanding the ownership of that IP, what happens with, dishes that you create if you're on a show, for example, or in the restaurant. That's a really, really big part of it. We talked about like the Big Mac example, trademarking the name, that's, if you have a dish that's so well known and so famous, you might want to create a name for it, right? Because it just helps you, right? Everyone knows the Big Mac, and all these places that are imitating it. Oh, it tastes just like a Big Mac. You know how great that is for McDonald's? Or this tastes just like a Whopper.
Yep.
Right? Everyone has a version of it, but if you have a dish that is so people are coming to your restaurant because it's known, maybe should consider keeping a name for that.
Yep. I mean, I'm guilty. Listen, I participated in a bunch of culinary competitions, one of which was a head to tail pork cooking competition that I won like 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
And I had a signature dish that I did at every one of those competitions called the Pig Mac, which was basically a Big Mac, but made with a pork patty, right? But I never got my cease and desist letter, but you never know. Sometimes you
Right.
got to be careful putting it out there, I suppose.
Yeah.